Okay, you guys, so today is all fall, specifically fall foods, and it's actually part of a collab that is hosted by my friend Christy over at Gracefield. And make sure you check out her channel. She is just so sweet, so soft-spoken, and I absolutely love her. So she is hosting this collab, so I will link to her channel, but I'll also link to the playlist so you can check out some other fall favorite foods. I hope you guys enjoy. This is one of my favorite fall dessert recipes. I just love apple crisp, and this is also gluten-free. I am starting with 5 Honeycrisp apples, and also I'm going to be using some honey, but I'm also using maple syrup as well. I am going to be using some cornstarch, coconut sugar instead of brown sugar, some old-fashioned oats, as well as some almond flour, salt, nutmeg, and some cinnamon, and some lemon juice. And you can find this recipe linked down in the description below. I'm also going to be using some pecans. You could also use walnuts, but I'm allergic to those. And 4 tablespoons of butter. Make sure to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and let's get started. First, I'm going to mix up the mixture that is going to go on the apples. So this is just some maple syrup and honey, as well as the lemon juice, some cornstarch. And you want to make sure that you whisk it together really good. You don't want any clumps or lumps. Adding in some cinnamon, and then next comes the nutmeg, next I'm just going to get started slicing up my apples. I prefer to have my apples sliced really thin for this. I just feel like they cook much better, and that way they're not crunchy in your apple crisp. Now, once you have finished slicing them up and putting them in your pan, then you just pour that mixture you made over it and pop them in the oven at 350 degrees for about 20 minutes. And now I am making the topping while that is in the oven. So once that mixture is put together, that's going to be the topping, you're going to pour some melted butter over the top and give it a nice stir so everything is well combined and the mixture is moist and ready to put on top of these apples that have been cooking in the oven. They smell amazing already. You just give them a stir and coat them in some of those juices and then you're ready to put your topping on. Back into the oven for about 25 more minutes until it is golden brown and bubbly, and oh my goodness, you guys, this is so good. Just a reminder, that recipe is down in the description. And now I'm going to share one of our favorite fall sides. So for this recipe, it's so easy, you guys, and it's amazing. I'm going to start by browning 3 pieces of bacon, and I have cut 1 pound of Brussels sprouts in half. So once this bacon gets cooked, I took it out, wiped out all the grease, and put a little butter in here, and I'm just going to get these cooked to the point of being tender. And once they're tender, you're gonna sprinkle that bacon over the top of these Brussels sprouts. I'm telling you, even if you don't like Brussels sprouts, just try this recipe because it might change your mind, because here is the little secret ingredient. Drizzle a big spoonful of honey over the top, give it a stir, salty, sweet, and savory, oh so delicious. Enjoy this side, you guys. Now, next up, I am going to be sharing a vegetable soup recipe, and this is so good. It's very versatile. You could use basically any vegetable that you have on hand, but I am starting with some vegetable broth. Then you're also going to need some bay leaves as well as some curry powder. Yes, curry powder in the vegetable soup. It makes it amazing. As well as some thyme and also some red pepper flakes. Now for mine today, I have some frozen green beans out of the garden this summer, as well as some celery and what little bit of kale we have left in the garden for right now. That's one of the last peppers out of the garden and the last zucchini out of the garden. I also have some chopped up carrots and a purple onion. It's better with a sweet yellow onion, but I didn't have one, and butternut squash. And make sure you get the diced fire roasted tomatoes. They are so delicious, and it takes it to the next level. So I, of course, am adding all of the vegetables to start sauteing in here with some olive oil, which also enhances the flavor of this soup. And I forgot to say to also add in some garlic, and I added in quite a bit. So you can add however much you want, but I love garlic and it just enhances the flavor. So I am just sauteing them all in here, putting all of the spices on them, and then getting ready to put in the liquids. Been walking down the street so many times my feet know every brick and stone. Could wear a blindfold, no matter what I do, I'm coming home to you. And I will also make sure to drop the link to this recipe as well. It's actually from the same website. She has some really amazing recipes, so make sure that you hang out on there for a while if you make any of these recipes, because there's some really great ones to choose from. Of course, I always kind of adapt them to whatever my needs are, which you can do pretty much with any recipe. So make sure you check those out. this recipe is so good. We enjoy it very, very much. So make sure that you try this one. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me today. Make sure to check out the playlist down below to see what other great fall foods are on this playlist. And thank you so much, Christy, for hosting this collab.
Of all the magic places in the world I've been to, this is where my heart is. Oh, you know it's true. No matter where I go, I'm coming home to you.